betrays AH. How does she do that? Well, she admits to being involved in her legal, she admits to being involved in her PR, and so much more, which means when she was taking aim at witnesses in the courtroom, who was she doing it for? She was doing it for AH. When she's going after channels like myself or DUI guy, yeah, much of the same. You and I, we are going to talk about this and so.
Oops. Eve Barlow has let the cat out of the bag, revealing a crucial aspect of Amber's many secrets. What exactly was revealed, and how detrimental is this information to Amber's reputation? Keep watching to discover out. The Aquaman star's friend, music writer Eve Barlow, who calls herself a Zionist and is well known for getting into Twitter squabbles, recently faced accusations of abandoning Amber Heard both during and after the U.S. defamation trial. It is surreal to think that in 2022, a woman will have to stand in a courtroom in front of 2 cameras and the world and relive the physical drama, including school trauma, for-profit, and entertainment without any protection, exposed to the bigotry, ridicule, and judged as strangers. Barlow has called the discourse and scrutiny around Heard as surreal and condemned those who are criticizing her friend as she recounts times of alleged TV. Barlow stated on Twitter that it is sickening to think of the kids that are watching and learning. Think it's out to see this type of trial by firing youngsters who have no concept of the dynamics of power in relationships or the cycle of addiction, let alone partnerships. She continued, "It is heartbreaking that the Me Too movement has all but abandoned one of the most visible witch hunts in modern history because the victim is imperfect." You may recall that at the start of the trial, Barlow was removed from the front row for tweeting and texting. She was tweeting live from my courtroom, and I know the deputies took her out because she was texting Judge Penny, as reported by Karat. Even after that incident, Amber Heard is being supported by Eve. The support seemed unwavering to the extent that Eve has been spotted out and about with Heard and her baby Una, in addition to attending court most days to offer her moral support. Additionally, an insider, a friend of the two, revealed to the Mail online that Eve has been a huge support to Amber. Let's hear what a legal expert had to say about the possibility that Eve may have betrayed Amber by exposing Amber for giving her free rein to meddle in the legal proceedings. She did this so much that Eve has also been found guilty of witness tampering, which is ironic because Eve has always accused Depp fans of the same crime. Eve also assisted Amber with the majority of her PR matters, and you may already be aware of how far she went with little to no regard for the rights of those involved in PR or in helping Amber avoid feeling suicidal. As a result, she lost the case, and the spin was that she couldn't deal with that at all. Now, try to picture that. The worst things in the world were said about JD for 6 long years, and every time you read a news item or whatever came up. However, you're not talking about some random guy being weaponized, are you? The person who was closest to her has admitted, "I don't have much time left for myself. I'm a person, but all of my time is consumed dealing with her legal, dealing with her public relations. So when she's going out," and they're not just trying to go out and relitigate this case, by the way, although that's part of it. What they're trying to do, in my opinion, is trying to get back at anyone that they blame for her loss now.
This is a betrayal by Eve Barlow. Why? Because it removes AH's deniability. It puts herself, it puts her lawyers, anyone else connected her, it puts them in the jackpot. Why? Because Eve Barlow is admitting she's not doing these things to help out AH just as some random person or even her girlfriend. No, she is connected to these moves. Now, as far as this statement is concerned, I mean, really, listen to this. I'm going to stop part of the way through. I'm going to remind you of a couple of things that have come up in that as well. But I mean, really, drink this statement in here.
You hope that people understand that you have a human heart and a soul and that you have your own life. And what I'm finding so difficult to digest at the moment is this kind of loose awareness I have in the few moments I have between dealing with legal.
Now, I paused at legal to remind you that Eve Barlow actually targeted a witness in the court. She got AH's lawyers to present fraudulent documentation to get them removed, and nobody got in trouble for this. I want you to listen to this part here, remembering what she just said. Quote, "Your Honor, We're moving, or JD is moving, for the permanent exclusion of Eve Barlow from the court. Who is Eve Barlow? At the time, Eve Barlow, she's just a journalist and AH's current girlfriend who is sitting in the front row. Now, skipping a little bit here, you'll recall yesterday, Ben Rottenborn, again, this is AH's attorney, came up with what was Miss Barlow's.
Additionally, Eve helped Amber with the majority of her PR business, and you may already know how extreme she went, with little or no regard for violation of rights.
People are dealing with PR or dealing with just helping Amber not feel like she wants to kill herself.
So she loses a case there, and basically the spin is, oh, she can't deal with that whatsoever. Imagine, again, how JD, how he dealt with that for 6 long years. Anytime he saw a news headline, anytime something came up, he had the worst things in the world said about him. But, I mean, you're not talking about some random person being weaponized. I mean, you have the person that is closest to her saying, the way that I deal with that, I don't have much time left for self. I am a person, but really, all of my time is consumed dealing with her legal, dealing with her public relations. So when she's going out, and they're not just trying to go out and relitigate this case, by the way. I mean, that's part of it. But what they're really trying to do, in my opinion, is trying to get back at anyone that they blame for her loss, not just in the courtroom, but in the court of public opinion. They've been trying to pay them back. You can see it. You can track that. For the last 2 months, they have been going hard, trying to get people shut down. They've been using their media shields and on. This, like I said, is a huge
They've been utilizing their media shields, and this, as I previously stated, is a significant admission. Let's get straight into the comments area. One admirer said, "There is no good that does not come from bad. Time puts everything in their proper places sooner or later. JD progresses ceaselessly and rises while others fall. There is no evil that does not come from good." A different supporter commented, "I wonder if it would be possible to extend the anonymity of the jurors another year if they want. It seems like they would be targets of harassment like doxing and swatting. Perhaps they didn't ask to be a part of a public trial and should have the option to remain unknown." The whole ordeal was sad for JD, but it ultimately boosted his career and allowed him to pursue his dreams of art and music. Another fan humorously tweeted that good things do come out of bad things after all. Thanks, Amber. There's more where that came from, so stay connected, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos, celebrity news, and more. Check out this playlist of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard news, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.